relationships are what matters most to us.
We are
That's how we find meaning and how we make sense of our place in the world. Now, we're not the only ones to build a communication service. But we are the ones who do it again and again in all of the different ways that people want to interact online. This is our DNA. And we have built and grown service after service that put people and our connections and our relationships at the center of the experience. And we've come a long way. But when I look out today, it still surprises me how little of the technology that our industry produces
F8 website is still down. So
our phones are still designed around apps.
The only way to really watch it at this point is actually on Facebook directly.
Now, I believe that we need to design technology to help bring people closer together. And I believe that that's not going to happen on its own.
Can we make the window bigger so
to do that, part of the solution, just part of it, is that one day more of our technology is going to need to focus on people.
You think they would make that easy? Come on, man.
Now, there's no guarantee that we get
Do you know how to close the chat window on a Facebook Live feed?
This is hard stuff. We will make mistakes, and they will have consequences, and we will need to fix them.
Yeah, we'll go.
But
there we go.
What I can guarantee
we're now full screen.
Is that if we don't work on this, the world isn't moving in this direction by itself. So that is what we are all here to do.
What are you talking about?
And that's what I want to talk about
today. That's not something that Zuckerberg.
I want to start by talking about keeping people safe.
It's only
and then we're going to discuss all the things we're doing to keep building services to help us connect in meaningful new ways. And I want to start today by talking about protecting something that is really incredibly important to all of us, and that is the integrity of our elections. In 2016, we were slow to identify Russian interference. We expected more traditional cyber attacks like phishing and malware and hacking. We identified those and notified the right people. But we didn't expect these coordinated information operations and large networks of fake accounts that we're now aware of.
Yes.
So I sat down with our teams after this, and we said, we will never be unprepared for this again.
Directly said Facebook.
And since then, there have been important elections like the French presidential election, the German elections, the Alabama Senate special election last year, and we've been more prepared.
That's one of those things
that we deployed new AI tools that successfully identified and took down tens of thousands of fake accounts before they could do anything. We've traced the fake account network back to Russia and taken down their network.
Actually, they're humble bragging a little bit about how good they are.
We're requiring everyone running political and issue ads or running large pages to be verified with a government ID. We're making ads more transparent. So now you're going to be able to see who is running a political ad, who they're targeting, how much they're spending, and most importantly, what other messages they're sending to different people. That is a higher standard of transparency than TV ads, than print ads, or anything else you will find on the internet.
You know, think about it. In a way,
by the end of this year,
better than every
we will
other
have
form of media.
20,000 people working on security and content review at Facebook. And we've created an independent election research commission so independent academics can give us ideas and hold us accountable to make sure that these systems work.
I don't know, man.
Now, this is an important election year.
It is very humble
Not only the big U.S. midterms that are coming up, but there are major elections around the world. In Mexico, in Brazil, there are elections coming up in India and Pakistan and more, and we are focused on this. Beyond elections, we are focused on fighting fake news more broadly. And there are really three categories that we're focused on here. The first category is just
fighting
spam.
Some fake news.
Right? These are people who aren't ideological. They just want to make money, hawking the most sensationalist junk that they can come up with to get you all to click on it. These are the people who in the 90s would have been sending you Viagra emails. And the playbook here is pretty simple. Right? It's to take down their ads on their sites so they can't make money, build tools to detect and reduce the distribution to remove their economic incentive.
Okay, you did that in like
they just
late
go do something else to go make money.
Like that's
and,
when you realized spam was a problem. Like, I'm not.
The second category is fake accounts. And the idea here is less focused on looking at the content specifically and more focused on trying to find bad actors and getting them off the network. So some of this is nation states who are politically motivated, like we talked about
So it looks like the timeline's going in the future a bit. And
all of this we're fighting in the same way, with AI tools, with thousands of content reviewers, and verifying people who are running large pages and running sensitive ads. Now, the third
20,000
category
security and
is
content
people,
reviewers
real
at
people
Facebook by
who are
10,
just
2018.
sharing provably false hoaxes. And the playbook
Internal or
here is
external?
building tools to get better
Well,
at
that's a good
flagging
question,
content
actually,
that is
because a lot
going
of times
viral.
they're
So
contractors.
fact checkers can look at it so we can show it less. And for the people who do see it, to make sure that they see related articles that are more accurate, that put this in
They're
context so
paying the
people
same
can
bot
understand
farm
what's really
to
going on.
check that they're
So a lot of the work over the
posts
last year and a
are
half has been
safe, and then the
bringing
same
on
bot
more
farm
and
is
more
posting the fake
fact-checking
news.
partners all around the world in different countries who speak all of the different languages that we need to cover. So there's a lot more here to do. But these are the three basic categories, and we are making good progress on all of them. I also want to talk about data privacy. You know, what happened with Cambridge Analytica was a major breach of trust. An app
Yes, it was.
developer
It was a major breach of
took
trust.
data that people had shared with them and sold it.
Captain Obvious.
So we need to make sure that this never happens again.
Yeah, just
We're
like all the
taking a
other
number of
times
steps
something
here.
bad happened.
First, as you all know, we're restricting the data that developers will be able to request from people. Now, the good news here is that back in 2014, we already made a major change to how the platform works to prevent
I love all the
people
people
from
on the
sharing a lot of their
official
friends'
live stream
information.
chat
So
that are
this
just like,
specific
they just are
situation
like,
could not
"Hi."
happen again today.
Hi.
And since then, we've
Is anyone
taken
out there?
a lot more steps as well
Hello.
to restrict other data. But there's still more steps that we're taking to do this even further with groups and events and the data available through login to prevent future issues that might come up. Second, we need to make sure that we find any other bad apps that are out there. So we're currently in the process of investigating every single app that had access to a large amount of people's information before we made these big changes in 2014. And if we find anything suspicious, we're going to bring in independent auditors to do a full audit. And if any data was misused, then we'll ban that developer, and we will tell anyone whose data was affected.
I know,
We've
but
also
that's
started
like a
putting
very.
a tool in front of
It's already
everyone that
You're
happened.
shows all of
banned,
the
and you're
apps
banned, and
that
you're
they
banned.
are
Like
using and lets
the
them
data's
easily
already been gone. It's
remove
already
access to the
gone.
ones
So
that they
like
no
it
longer
doesn't
wanna
really
use.
do.
And
It
with the
doesn't really help
GDPR
anyone.
coming up in Europe, we're asking everyone around the world, not just in Europe, to review your privacy controls. So to all the developers who are here, I know that the vast majority of you are focused on building good things. We need to take these steps to make
that's
sure
interesting to note. This
that
is a
everyone
developer
on our
conference,
platform
so
is focused on building good things.
A lot of people in
and
the
I
audience
believe
are
that putting
worried
in
about
these stronger
how this
protections
might
now
like kill their
will
app.
Yeah.
give you more ability
they-
to keep
if they
building.
get
I wonder
banned.
how many developers are sweating bullets right now.
Now, I also wanna
Probably
share
the whole
one new
audience,
thing
really.
that we're working on with data privacy, and we have a lot more updates like this coming. But this is an example of the kind of thing that we are working on. In your web browser, you today have a simple way to clear your cookies and clear your browsing history. Right? And the idea is that a lot of sites need this data to work. You need cookies. But you should have the ability to go in and clear your history at any point that you want. So we're working on a version of this for Facebook too. It's a simple control where you can clear your browsing history, what you've clicked on, the websites you visited, and so on. And we're going to call it Clear History. And
That's a
we're
good
starting
name.
with something that
It is a good
lot
feature,
of
though.
people have asked about recently, and
I mean,
that's
it's a good step
the
in the right
information
direction, I
that
think.
we get from websites and apps who are using Facebook's advertising and analytics
Like compared
tools.
to Google, I think
You can-
Facebook.
You're going to be able to
my
use this tool
perception
to
has been
see
that
the
it's been
information
very-
about
it hasn't been
the
as
apps and
transparent
websites you've
with it.
interacted with. You'll be able to clear
Incognito
all this
window for
information
Facebook.
from your account, and you'll even be able to turn it off,
Yeah.
having this information stored with your account
Now, we
going
can do
forward.
that from LinkedIn, so it doesn't see.
Now, to be
everybody I
clear,
know
when you
who's
clear your
booked on.
cookies in
Yeah.
a browser,
Right.
it can make parts of your experience worse. Or you may have to sign back into dozens of websites. You may have to reconfigure some things. And the same is going to be true here. Or your Facebook won't be quite as good while it relearns your preferences. But after going through our systems, this is the kind of control that we think that people should have. So we're building this, and we're going to have a lot more like this to talk about soon.
Sort of a hesitant clap there. It's like,
Yeah.
do we clap? He wants us to clap. I
So
guess we will.
We're going to keep
Thanks,
investing
Mark.
heavily in security and privacy. But security isn't a problem that you ever fully solve. Right? This is an arms race. And we're going to be working to stay ahead of our adversaries forever.
It's an arms race?
So
Yeah,
while we're
we're
doing
already
this,
backstepping.
That might be a bad choice of
I know.
words. I don't know.
And we can't quite ever get security right. We're trying really
Now,
hard, guys.
If you've been to F8 before, you've seen this.
You just can't keep up.
This is our 10-year product roadmap, and it sets out all the different areas that we're working on and when we expect these ecosystems to be fully developed. And across all our products, our goal is to give everyone in the world the power to share anything they want with anyone, anywhere. To build stronger relationships, to break down geographic barriers, and to meet new people and interact in new ways.
With anyone, anywhere.
We have a lot to do here.
Maybe you want to.
So we are going to
Maybe you
focus
don't.
on keeping and we're going to keep building, even while we focus on keeping people safe. And we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing across the rest of the
This
family
actually
of
hasn't been very
apps for the rest
apologetic,
of
though,
today.
right? Like all the stuff, it's like, oh, they're going to be so
let's start with the
apologetic,
Facebook
like
app.
they're not going to say anything.
Like all of you, we want to build something that's not just fun to use, but is good for people.
Seem like you
So we've done a lot of research to
true.
understand
That's like
what
kind
parts
of
of the internet
corporate
and
legal
social media are
101,
good
right?
for our well-being,
Never apologize.
and which parts aren't. And the summary is that when you're using the internet to interact and to build relationships, then that is associated and correlated with all of the positive aspects of well-being that you'd expect. Better long-term health, better long-term
come
happiness,
on,
feeling
I
more
don't know.
connected, feeling less lonely, and so on.
Facebook's better for your long-term health.
But when you're just using the internet to consume
I think it's almost
content
detrimental.
passively, whether
Like,
it's
you look
video,
at like
or
other
news,
people's stuff, and you're like,
then
oh,
that
I'm
is
not
not
doing
associated
Yeah.
with these same benefits to well-being. And we've heard this
Social media
feedback from a
addiction.
lot of people too. People want Facebook to be about friends and interacting with people. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to talk about a few new ways that we're focused on taking the experience in this direction. We're rolling out something that we call Watch Party, which lets
Watch party.
you watch video and chat with your friends.
that. Hey
So,
guys, we're already here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's say that
All the
your
time.
friend is testifying in Congress.
Oh my God. You went there.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I'll give them that.
Now you're going to be able to bring your friends together, and you can laugh together, and
I
you
can only imagine the
cry
intellectual
together.
conversations that will be happening.
I know,
Some
right?
friends
It's probably
actually
just
did
on
this.
Facebook Live videos.
This is definitely a Black Mirror
Let's
episode
not do
right
that
now.
again anytime soon. People often tell us
But I guess if they're going after
groups
content the way that
are
like
the most
Twitch
meaningful
and
part of
True.
Facebook.
Twitch and Twitter,
you can
like
feel
trying
like
to
you
get
belong
NFL and other sports games
In a
and
community,
other
you can meet new
content there.
people who share your
That makes
values. For some
sense.
people, this might be a support group for new
Yeah,
parents. For others,
it is.
might be
It's
about
definitely a little late
disease
to that
you have. For
to
others, it
that
might be
party.
about
Google
finding
Hangout
out
came
how to
out in
volunteer.
like 2000.
So people want to
what?
be a part of meaningful communities.
Yeah.
So today,
Twitch has been around.
we're
I mean,
launching
everyone watching
a
on
new
Twitch right
groups
now. I
tab
mean, this has been a thing
to make
for
groups
years
more
now.
central to the overall Facebook experience. So for me, I'm going to have all my groups in one place, my family group, my
Oh,
running
Zuckerberg
group,
is
my
a
game
Civilization
group,
6
my
fan
sheepdog
confirmed.
appreciation groups all in one place. Now, to help more people grow their
Got
communities,
to headline that.
we're building a join group button and plugin that admins and developers can add to their websites and their emails. This is important because a lot of what we need to do to help more meaningful groups form is just give more tools to creators. Every great community has engaged leaders, so a lot of what we need to do is just give more people the tools to be community leaders. All right, now, talking about meaningful relationships, did you know that 1 in 3 marriages in the United States start online?
Oh.
And I can't tell you how many times I'll be walking down
I
the
don't
street
know.
in some city and a
Here you
couple
go.
will come up to me and
I think I knew that,
say
but
that
I
they
didn't
met
know
on
that.
Facebook, and sometimes they have their kids with them, and they'll just point to them, and they'll
But
say
none
thank
of
you.
no one I know has said they met on Facebook.
No.
That seems kind of creepy.
I have to say, I mean, these are some of the moments that I'm really proud of what we're doing, right? I know that we're making a positive difference in people's lives. But, the reality is, today, we haven't even built any features to help people find partners.
Oh, really?
There are 200 million people on Facebook.
Really?
who
See,
themselves
that's
as
all the
single.
couples that have the joint.
So clearly there's something to do here. And if we're focused on helping people build meaningful relationships, then this is perhaps the most meaningful of all. So today,
Okay,
we are
do it.
announcing a new set of features
Go for the
coming soon around dating.
Yes. The cringe. Yes, it's real. It's so real. How do you follow up a privacy debacle? Dating app.
Real long-term relationships. All right, not just hookups. It's going to be in the Facebook app, but it's totally optional. It's opt-in. If you want, you can make a dating profile. And I know a lot of you are going to have questions about this, so I want to be clear that we have designed this with privacy and safety in mind from the beginning.
Facebook within Facebook.
Your friends aren't going to see your profile.
And then Instagram within Facebook.
You're only going to be suggested people who are not your friends, who have opted into dating, who fit your preferences, although I can't promise that you're going to get email.
Who's this guy that they're showing? That's
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't even like
Right,
give them
Chris
permission.
Cox will come up in a bit and walk you through this in more detail.
Some,
Because I want to make sure
Mark
that you all
Zuckerberg is
see
catfishing some
all the
dude.
details here that we built in around privacy and safety. But the bottom line is we want Facebook to be somewhere where you can start meaningful relationships. So we're excited to start rolling this out soon. Now, another way to help people connect in new ways is through commerce.
Screw the apology
Started
tour.
building
This
Yeah.
is
this
like
because
double
we started
down,
one of the
man.
most
Like,
popular
Doubling
uses
down
for
on
groups
more
is
data.
building these buy
Yeah.
and sell groups. So
Give us
people would start
more.
groups like Bay Area Moms Buy and Sell, where people would be able to come together and ask for advice on all the gear they needed, and meet people who are like them, and can ultimately buy and sell things with people who they have something in common with. Now, Marketplace is now live in more than 70 countries. More than 800 million people
I do
around the
wonder
world
how
use it monthly,
successful marketplaces
including
overall.
more than 1 in 3 people
I feel like a lot of people do use
on
it.
Facebook in the US.
I'm subscribed to a couple. I've never.
So this is starting to be a
bought
pretty
anything
big
off
deal.
Yeah,
it's
I've
helping
tried
people
to
earn
sell
more
things on
income
there and didn't
and
really get a lot of
connect in a new
response,
way.
but
You've used
All right, so this is
OfferUp
Facebook.
more than
We are focused
Yeah.
Facebook.
offer
on
up.
helping people
Is that
build
the new thing?
relationships.
Yeah.
Is that what all the kids are
Friends
doing
and
to sell this shit?
family. Groups, and meeting and interacting with new people. Now let's talk about Instagram. So our focus here is helping people capture any moment they want and come together around shared interests.
Louis
Some of the best
KW
stories that we hear are
on,
around
Twitch
ad hoc communities that spring up on
is
Instagram.
pointing out the
You know,
clear
more than
history is
200
another
million
feature
people use
developed by the
Explore on
product team
Instagram every day.
with no
Since we
outside
launched hashtag
consultation.
following in just last December, more than 100 million people now
I'm sure
follow
that's true.
hashtag. So
Yeah.
we want to make it even easier to find the
Sounds like a
communities
good
for the
idea.
things
Why not?
that you're interested in. So we're launching a completely new design for Explore that is going to organize the content around topic channels now. So now your Explorer is going to be even more focused on the things you're interested in.
Those ribs look good. I'm
We're
interested
also
in
focused
those.
on new ways
get
that
some
people
of
are
those?
going to be able to use Instagram to communicate.
That comes with the
Guys, can we
Facebook
do you want to get on
delivery.
caviar? Here's their
So it turns out that a
Facebook
lot of
delivery,
people are
food
using
delivery.
live video.
Facebook
basically
food
just
delivery.
to
Yeah.
Hang out.
Why
We
not?
can't be physically together. But it's amazing how much of all of our use of these social tools is just to get as close to feeling like we're there with someone when we can't physically be there. So today, to make this easier, we're announcing video chat and Instagram. You're going to be able to just tap on a
In
new
Instagram.
camera icon right in the
Not in
top of any
Facebook?
direct thread that you have, and you're going to be able to video chat
four-way
one-on-one
video
or
chat,
in
that's
groups.
kinda
You're
cool.
going to be able to minimize the video while you're chatting and using Instagram. And
Is it
and I think
weird
this
that
is going to be a really
it's
big deal,
only
and people
in
are really
Instagram
gonna
and
like
not in
this.
Facebook?
A little bit.
I actually
We're
don't
also
really.
building
I don't really use
more
Instagram.
What if
creative
that's
ways
built on
for people to
WhatsApp?
share on Instagram.
Tag.
Oh well, yeah, probably.
Last year at F8, we announced the AR camera effects platform, and today we are bringing it to Instagram.
Okay, I don't know what that is. AR camera
So
effects.
now,
I imagine it's
anyone is going
effects
to be able to
for.
build face
Is that like the
filters and
Google AR
effects, and when you go to your
stickers?
camera, you're going to be able to see
Yeah.
effects that are relevant to you and from the accounts that you follow. And if you're browsing stories and you see a cool
Oh
effect,
my
you'll always be
god!
able
Some
to
people are
click
gonna have a
on it.
lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
We're excited to get this in people's hands soon.
So that's
All right.
that's like using
Now
the
let's talk
depth
about
sensing
WhatsApp.
cameras and whatnot to
So here,
improve the
our
quality
focus
of the
is
effects.
on building new ways for people to connect privately with close friends and groups and businesses. Now, before we dive in here, I just want to say, yesterday, Jan Koum, the founder of WhatsApp, announced that he is leaving us and moving on. And I just want to take a moment to thank Jan, because Jan has done an amazing job building WhatsApp. He has been a tireless advocate for privacy
taking the
and
high road.
encryption. A lot of you probably don't know this or remember this, but when WhatsApp joined us in 2014, we actually hadn't rolled out full end-to-end encryption yet. Jan and I talked about how to do this together. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is that we have built the largest fully encrypted communication network in the world. And this would not have happened without Jan, and I'm deeply grateful for the work that he has done. So please join me in thanking him.
Give it up for Jan.
Yeah, Jan. Encryption.
Knows how to get
All
out
right,
when
now
he can.
video calling
Encryption.
is also one of the most popular features on WhatsApp already. You know, when I'm traveling and I can't be there to put my girls to bed at night, it's really nice to just be able to see their face and talk to them. And a lot of people agree, right? Around the world, people are already making more than 2 billion minutes of voice and video calls on WhatsApp alone. And today, we're announcing that we're bringing group video calling to WhatsApp soon, too.
That would make sense if you're going to do it on Instagram.
Yep.
All right, I want to talk about stories for a minute. So across our whole family, we've really gone all in on stories as a format for being able to quickly share
How often do you guys
video
use
and
stories?
photos
Never.
throughout your day.
All
and
the time.
you know, in each of the
Not
apps
on
that we've
WhatsApp,
launched
though,
it's evolved
but
to be
on
somewhat
Instagram
different.
and
But
Facebook.
it's grown quickly. Instagram was
Like just
really
personally,
take
not
off
for like
here.
digital trend stuff?
Facebook
Yeah,
started a lot
mostly
slower,
work
but is
stuff.
now
I
starting
do
to grow quickly too
my own
and
personal
do
stories
well.
sometime too.
But WhatsApp has been by
just
far
not
the
that
biggest
interesting.
of these products.
It seems like a lot of
More than
work.
450
It is a lot of
million
work.
people, use WhatsApp status
like-
every day. And
But
it's growing
stories, I
really
think, should
quickly.
be mirrored across all three of those
So,
platforms. Like you
the
do
next
one
phase for
story and
WhatsApp,
then it hits
beyond
on
Yeah,
all
why
of them.
have different
communicating with
platforms?
Yeah.
your friends and family is going to be helping people connect with businesses as well. And you know, today, a lot of people don't want to call businesses, or you just want to be able to text. That's
food
a
delivery.
really big shift in how we all communicate, and I think that's just
I'll
going to be
take
a
a
really
cake.
big deal here. So earlier this year, we launched WhatsApp Business to let small
Make me
businesses
hungry. This
put
thing's
a
gonna go into
presence on
lunch, too,
WhatsApp and
so-
give them some tools for
Well,
messaging.
not quite. Almost.
And already in just a few
You're
short
on the
months,
West Coast.
more than 3 million people are already using WhatsApp Business, and it's growing really quickly. So now, the next step is going to be giving large businesses
Actually, like, I
tools
I don't
to be
think
on
I
WhatsApp too,
hardly
and
know
we're
anything
working
about
on this
WhatsApp, really.
now.
I should, like, educate myself.
For Messenger, we are focused
I only
on
have
building
WhatsApp
richer ways
one or two
for people to connect privately
ever
with their friends and
talk
family
to.
and businesses
Yeah.
too. You know, when you're messaging, you really want a simple and fast experience. So we're taking this moment to completely redesign Messenger to focus on these ideas. And here's what the new Messenger is going to look like.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna get my messenger
clean.
out and see.
It's going to be fast.
That different.
I know,
And
well,
David is going to come
it's
and
pretty
talk
clean
about this in a bit
in the
more
first
detail
place.
in just a little bit. Now, I mentioned earlier that
How
we're
many more
bringing
creations
the
does this
AR
one want?
camera
I mean, how
effects
different does that
platform
look, really?
to Instagram. Now, we're also bringing this to the Messenger platform as well. It's going to be a really fun way for people to use augmented reality to connect with their family and friends privately and in real time. And I don't know about you guys, but my daughters, when
Oh my
I call
god.
them when I'm traveling, you know, they love these effects, right?
They're doubling down on,
Priscilla will
like,
be there and
Zuck's
Max will
humor
say, "Oh,
today."
Look, Mama,
Yeah.
Dad has a bunny. Or an ogre.
You can AR it.
All right,
Better
we're
hairline.
seeing good momentum for Messenger Business too, with more than 300,000 bots and businesses
Yeah, the
now
bots
using these
thing
tools.
is
and,
like,
you know, people
I
are
remember
sending
2
more
years
than 8
ago, everyone
billion
was like really into
messages
bots, and they were like,
between
it
messages,
was Microsoft and
between
Facebook,
businesses and people every
and
month.
Google were all talking a ton about them. And
All right,
I
so
feel
that's
like they haven't
Messenger.
really like gone.
All right, so now
feel like
let's go
Very far.
beyond our
People
apps
start
for a minute
using that
and
they
talk
just
about virtual reality and the future. So
Like they're
our
kind
goal
of there,
here
but
is
you
to
don't really
create
run
this
into them
real
much.
feeling of presence.
And they don't work
right?
that
like you're
well.
right
It's
there
still basically
with someone,
just
even if they're halfway
basic
around the
bots.
world. And you know, this idea of being physically or feeling like you're there with someone, even when you can't physically be there, is something we've talked about a lot today with video chat. But over the long term, virtual reality and eventually augmented reality are going to take this to a completely different level, where it's not just going to be about being able to see someone's face on a small screen. You're going to actually be able to feel like you're there with someone. So here's an example of
man,
how
Facebook haptics
compelling
suit,
I
here
think
it
that this
comes.
is going to be. Now, if you have some
Please,
photos
please,
from your
Facebook
childhood
haptic
home,
suit.
we can now use computer vision to fill in the gaps with this pointillism effect and recreate the rooms of your childhood home where you grew up. So you're
Okay,
going to
that's
go into
pretty
VR
creepy.
with your family
That's
and
interesting.
visit
What
and
happens
feel
if
like you were
somebody
right there. It
posts
feels
a
like
lot
you were
of
in a dream.
photos of their house?
It is
on
This is
wild.
so
Facebook and
creepy.
just takes it?
This
So
is
this
really
is
so
what-
too much,
creepy.
Mark.
Of
This is
mapping out immersive spaces is just another important
Watch
step
out,
on the
everybody who
path
posts
'Cause, you know,
to
the-
market.
creating
The first thing I
real
think of is
feeling
like,
presence.
okay, so this means that if I put like photos on Facebook of like me like doing things at home, that if they can do that, that means people could take those photos and like
Yeah.
reconstruct my home.
Now,
Yeah.
in addition to
Everybody
software,
that posts furniture
you know we're all
pictures
building
to Facebook
hardware.
Market or
Yeah.
stuff
so we've been
for their
preparing
house.
Oculus Go for launch. And the big news I have to share today is Oculus Go is shipping today.
Wow, what a surprise!
Wow, it looks so familiar.
Starts at $199. It is the first really affordable standalone virtual reality headset. It's launching with more than 1,000 apps, and it has the highest quality lenses and optics that we have ever built into a VR device. Oculus Go is going to be,
Okay.
it's the easiest way to get
Shipping
into
today,
VR.
Oculus Go.
We think that this is going to be how a lot of people
Didn't say price, did they?
experience
I think it's supposed to be
virtual reality
$200.
and virtual
$199.
presence for the first time. And to make sure that all of you get to experience this too, everyone at F8 is getting a free Oculus Go.
Everyone's getting a free
Here,
Oculus
take
Go!
You get an Oculus. You get an Oculus.
All right, Christian.
Yeah,
Our
our guy
reporter
there
Christian
on the
DeLooper is
ground
there right
is
now.
getting a free Oculus Go.
You better not be tweeting pictures of that, Christian.
He will be tweeting
We're
pictures
excited
of
about that too. All right.
He will definitely be tweeting pictures of that.
All right. So, this is how we are thinking about our responsibility. To keep people safe and also to keep building. We're here to build things that bring people together and to put people in our relationships at the center of our experience with technology where they belong. Because for all the challenges that we face today, the vast majority of what happens on these services is people getting closer to the people they care about, even when time or distance get in the way. And we can help more people do this. Whether it's reaching out to a friend that you lost touch with, or finding a group to belong to, or just sending a video to your sister of your kids. And the best part of what you do isn't on Facebook. It's the relationships you build and what you can go do together. That is what this is all about. So if you believe, like I do,
Yes, it's
that
what it's
giving
all
people
about.
a voice is
Relationships,
important.
Blah blah blah.
that building relationships is
I mean,
important,
there's obviously such a disconnect.
that creating
between
a
what
sense of community is important,
he
and that doing the
wants
hard
Facebook
work
to
of
be,
trying
or thinks
to bring
Facebook
the world
is, and
closer
how
together
we
is
experience it every
important,
day.
then I say this,
know?
we will keep building.
Like my Facebook experience is to log on in the morning and be like, scroll.
Yeah.
Okay, well it's.
We need to keep this
Like,
idea
nothing really
alive,
here.
And then like
and
repeat
is
that
what
4
we are
times
all
throughout the
here
day,
at
and that's
F8
pretty
to
much
do
it.
together.
Check my notifications
So yes.
and move on.
This is an important moment. We need to do more to keep people safe, and we will. But we also need to keep building and bringing the world closer together. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for everything you're doing to bring people together. Have a great F8.
Yeah, get pumped.
So we learn. What did we learn here?
Well,
They want more of your private information.
we're canceling the apology tour. We can now get dates on Facebook.
All right, let's talk
Yep,
about dating.
So they're expecting more from us. They're not giving.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, one of the great ironies for me
Can
is that
reconstruct
when a
your
lot of
home.
us joined the very first version of the
Oculus
service
Go.
in 2004, back when it was just a handful of
Is
college
shipping
students,
today,
we were
$200.
convinced that dating would be the next feature Facebook was going to add. After
Mr.
all,
Cox
all
has
the
the
college
gold
kids were
chain,
finally
trying to
in
stay
one
hip
place.
and relevant.
So it turns out you were right, just 14 years too early.
Hey, man, if you're gonna wear the gold chain, get that shit out
I
of
don't
the
know about the
t-shirt.
shoes,
I
though.
first wrapped my head
Yeah,
around what
it doesn't-
Facebook was going to be in 2005 when I went into the early office to interview for a job as an engineer. This is 156 University Avenue in High Street. The founders and a handful of engineers had moved out there to try and find some more folks to join their team. And I wasn't sure I wanted to work there, but I really wanted to meet Mark. So I decided I'd go in there and interview for a job. And I remember the office when I got inside was very frenetic energy. It was sort of like a plane ascending to new altitudes with the engine and the wings shaking, and here you had this small team of engineers trying to keep everything running. And I
don't know about you, but I try and stay pretty calm.
Anyway, Mark wasn't there that day. Justin Timberlake was not there either.
I don't want it to be too.
But instead I met Dustin, Facebook's co-founder, Dustin Moskovitz, our head of engineering. And I immediately liked him. He was humble, he was smart, and he took a moment out of his busy day, keeping this engineering team running, to take me into a corner office and begin to explain to me where they were going. And he drew for me a picture on a whiteboard of a graph. And I thought he was going to give me like the traveling salesman problem, and I was going to write code. But instead, he starts talking about this idea that the way they see Facebook is the seed of a collaboratively created directory of people.
We have right now
and it's
can they use
authentic,
the dating app with
it's
the
up to
Oculus?
date, it's interconnected. So like Wikipedia, you can
man.
things through their relationships with each other. Each
Well,
person is
you just roll
responsible
your
for their own
eyes.
representation.
I'm pretty sure the answer is
we think
no,
it could
but
grow
they're
beyond
working on
college.
it.
F9 Keynote.
And I found that idea very simple and elegant, and it began to get the gears turning for me. Maybe I should check this place out. And that was really the founding idea.
If they're
of
not
the
working on
company
it, someone
for
else
years.
is. So
Each year, the company would identify a set of barriers to take down to allow more folks to use the service. So in 2005, high school. In 2006, other English speakers. In 2007, a crowdsourced translation tool. Going up to 2017, how do we make this thing work on a Nokia C3 on a 2G network in Delhi at night? An adversarial networking condition. And each time we've launched in a new country or a new place, we've learned that Facebook wants to be something different.
Data acquisition graph.
In
Does it?
Indonesia, we learned Facebook wanted to be a marketplace. In Thailand, we learned about the importance of helping small entrepreneurs scale businesses and reach new people. In Egypt, we learned about Facebook as a political tool. The other thing we've learned as the network has scaled is that people want specialization in the tools that they use for different groups. So for the closest people to us, our family, we want messaging. Your parents, your kids, your siblings, your significant other. For me, this is a message thread with lots of baby photos and the occasional spat. The same is true for your close friends, the 6 or 7 people you rely upon
So we're all
on your worst day,
connected, all our data
the people
is
you're
just gonna
constantly
be-
in touch with. The average person on our messaging services sends 80% of their messages to 5 people. And a lot of those messages are just to one person, their best friend or significant other. So messaging is going to do a lot for us, but the most important thing to focus on is how it keeps us connected with the people who matter to us most. So David and Mubarak are going to be up here to talk about that a bit more. Going further out, all of our friends is really what Facebook and Instagram do most well, is helping us stay connected with hundreds of people. Now on Facebook last year, we began to hear that the influx of video and public media and content into the system was drowning out what people wanted the most, which was not to miss things from friends. And that's why we announced a big ranking change in January, which will help people make sure that they don't miss stories from friends. And from the publishers they do see, we'll prioritize publishers that are trusted, that are informative,
I haven't really noticed a lot
that
of
are
improvement
local,
after that ranking change.
and that are
on my
inspiring
feed, really.
conversations
Yeah,
between
not
us
so
all.
much because I'm still seeing the posts that
The
people are
emerging
sharing
research
from
on
publishers
well-being
that they follow.
and Facebook
Yeah.
tells
We
us
did
that
see
Facebook
a
is
slight
better when it's
downtick
about
in organic
conversations,
reach.
not just passing time.
Probably about a
which is what we're
25%
committed to.
haircut.
But
after
that's
that
true. It
change.
did
And
definitely
then at the
affect
story level, we've gone through each component to understand how we
some
can inspire
publishers,
better
because there were some
conversation.
Facebook publishers that were really
So
badly
again,
hit
you'll
by
see
that,
more
right?
things from friends,
Funny or
and
Die
more things from
was one of them?
publishers that
Yep.
are trusted.
And
And
they suddenly
little
had
things.
like
And local.
almost like just a tiny fraction.
When people
of,
see
like,
articles
the
from
reach
publishers they
had
don't
before.
recognize, we're making it a lot easier for them to go
That's
in
really
there
bad
and
for them.
understand where the story is coming from. When was the publisher founded? Where are they based? What are some of the other pieces they've written recently? What are some pieces from other trusted sources on that same topic? And how has the article traveled through Facebook? We hope this helps people make better judgments and determinations about what they can trust. We're also looking at improving the quality of public conversations.
Who's gonna like really want to have
It
time
turns
to
out good
look into
old-fashioned
that, though?
upvoting and downvoting look like they close the gap
Like-
between comments that invoke a lot of emotion but may not be civil.
Oh, look.
So we're going to be rolling this out as quickly as we
We're
can
getting-
to
we're
improve
gonna
the
get that.
quality of the
Taking in some Reddit.
conversations that are
Yeah,
happening
we're gonna
among
get
lots
that
of people on the
from.
platform.
Though I have always been wanted. I've
Now, the
always wished I could download
Thanks.
people on Facebook.
They're finally adding negativity.
So
as
the
an
other big
official
trend that Mark talked
feature.
about
I guess they already did
is
kind of
the
with
format
like,
of
being
right
mad.
now.
Like
It's
Yeah.
pull, not
reaction,
push.
But
It goes away,
Now you
and
can
it's the
see
aspect
it in
ratio of
that
the phone, so it
numerical.
feels like you're in the hand
Let's just increase
of
the
viewer.
amount of cyberbullying that's happening.
We've noticed that the growth here is just really insane. Here you see two trends. The first is the increase in sharing of any visual media, and then the second is that the stories format is on a path to surpass feeds as the primary where people share stuff with their friends sometime next year.
it's nuts.
On Facebook, we're focused on the unique
Stories is
things
gonna
Facebook
surpass
does
the
well
feed.
in this format. So groups. How about a
Guess we
group
need
of
to get with
parents
the times.
whose kids are playing soccer together have a collaborative story where they can have their own video diary of the game. Events, making sure that friends at a concert can have a collaborative format for sharing that experience together. Video clipping is something people love to do on Facebook, so we're going to make it easy for people to grab the moment or the frames that they love the most and then add their own commentary so that it's personal. Things like profile photos, people should be able to create nice stories about them. And then birthdays. Instead of all of us writing on your wall to wish you a happy birthday, how about we pull together over the course of the day a photo and video reel, which you then receive as a package at the end saying happy birthday. Again, focusing on the unique strengths of the Facebook platform when applied to this format. The other thing we're
I don't know,
seeing is a
the upvote
huge
and
amount of
downvote
stories
thing, I
coming
think-
from
I mean,
the
that's a
camera
pretty
roll,
big change,
screenshots,
and-
especially of music.
But I just don't know what the
I wonder
really
if it's
And
gonna
this
they
is a
really
rather
expect
tedious
also, like,
process
if
to
you're-
create
if
these,
you're not getting
and
a
then when
ton
you're
of
seeing them,
upvotes,
it's
like,
kind of
if it just
annoying
is
to go
gonna
find a
die
song.
because
And that's
you're
why we're
nobody's
so
seeing
excited
it
today
or
to
Yeah.
upvoting
announce
it.
a third-party
like,
stories integration,
We all know that those are the
so
problems
that any
Reddit
app
has.
developer
Yeah.
can immediately
From the
share to
downvotes
their
is
stories
that,
on Facebook or
You know, it's very
Instagram,
easily
the
for
platform
things
of
to
their
get
choice.
monopolized by certain people
Yeah.
within a group.
Well, how do you do it for the bulk of Facebook comment feeds?
So it'll work like
Just to
this.
weed out
You're on
some of the
Spotify. You're listening to your
obvious
favorite song.
trolls.
You decide you want to tell your friends about it. You choose Instagram
Like,
or
think
Facebook,
about, like,
the
if
platform
you
of your
were,
choice.
let's say you're
You can
you're
right
Russia,
there in line, add some
you're
art,
like,
make it look the way you
know,
feel.
I want to
And
manipulate
then on the consumption side, when you see it, you can drop right
content
in
on
there,
Facebook,
and then there's a
just
deep
get a
link
bunch of people to
into
like
the
go
song,
look
so you
for
can start
posts
listening
that
right
you
away.
don't want people to see, and you download them. You know.
Is it downvoting?
That's cool.
I can see myself doing this
Yeah,
with an
yeah,
entire mix.
you're
with
totally on
run
board
for
with
method
Russia
to running
downvoting.
app,
Yeah.
videos, anything that you love
Is
to
it-
do,
did they say
making
if
it
it's
easy to
all
quickly
content
share
or
a
just
moment from that
comments
experience
or
that's
posts?
relevant out to
Like,
other
is
people.
It looked like it was
So
on
this is
posts.
launching in
I
beta,
don't think it was on
starting
posts, but
today,
I'd have to
and
go
we're
back.
excited to see what you all
Yeah.
build.
Let's just
That's
see
a
when
good point.
they launch full details.
Okay, so that's what we're doing to help people share with friends. Groups, like Mark talked about, is the next layer out, where some really interesting stuff is happening on the platform today. So Groups has been around for a while, but its growth is outpacing the growth of Facebook overall. Today, 1.4 billion people are using Groups every month. And about 200 million or so we think are super meaningful groups. This is Lola Omalola. Is she over here?
Lola,
Lola! Lola is a Chicago-based journalist, originally from Nigeria, who started Females in Nigeria, a group for women to tell stories about issues related to them. People are cheering for you, Lola.
This guy's like, I'm on camera.
And we've learned that the leaders are the reason that these meaningful large groups happen. Your story, as you told me, was very common, which was you started this group, added a few friends, woke up the next day, and it was doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling. And we know that you have a full-time job outside of this, and managing a group with 1 million people in it is a lot of work. This is a group that has meetups in cities all around the world. They're super close friends now. Their kids play together. They have merchandise. Lola is a major hero to them. And we've started asking what we can do to help folks like this succeed on our platform. Thank you, Lola. So we've started learning from the top group admins on the platform, what can we do to make this easier, and how do we build products that let the next generation of leaders start to have groups that cater to what they want. Dr. Hala Sabri is up here. She founded the Physicians Moms Group. This is a group for new mothers in the US who are also doctors. And according to her, 1 in 4 women in the US who meet that criteria are in this group.
It's a page.
Okay.
It's probably the world's best medical advice for parents.
Can groups only be
this group full of doctors.
Are there, like,
And so we've continued to
restrictions,
learn
like,
what
you
tools
can't be
these folks
company
need
or
to have
something?
groups
I
that are
mean,
super
I think
healthy and
somebody
do
within
really,
a
really
company
well.
could manage a group.
And that's really been the
integrating
roadmap for groups
that are
over the past year,
specific
is tools that
subjects
focus
that
on making the life easier
company
of the
publishes
people
on.
leading them, and also just make the group's
But it's
conversation
much
a lot more rich.
relevant when it's organic.
Yeah.
Like Mark mentioned, we're also going to make it easier for folks to use groups on the platform by rolling out a Groups tab later this month. So if you use groups a lot, this will make it easy for you to check up on them. It will also make it easier for you to discover new groups, related especially to niche interests. I'm an owner of a pit bull. Anybody who owns a pit bull knows that they're incredibly sweet, even though they have a bad rap. And so I'm looking forward to using this to connect with more folks who have the same experience and share tips. We're also building features to make it easier for groups to do things together, like watch video.
Match.com.
Watch Party is something we just announced,
almost
and
a
we've been
20%
rolling out
haircut
gradually.
in their stock price.
This is just
Right
an
now?
experience of
Right now?
watching the
Yeah.
same frame of the same video at the same time with
I'm
thousands of
actually-
people all around the world. It takes
didn't
advantage of the same
know
technology we use to build
that they were
live,
publicly
which
traded,
is
but I guess that
really
makes
low
sense.
latency experience.
But
that
yeah, no,
creates
like
that
any
feeling of
of
presence
the
that
like
Mark talked
dating
about.
sites are gonna be.
Yeah.
Today
in
we're
trouble
showing a
with it.
sneak
I think
preview of a
because
new feature called Live
Also,
Commentating,
sites have been like
which will let the
pretty
group
crap,
leader
right?
or
Like,
the video creator
feel like
or
it's
anybody in
not-
the audience put their face
They're getting
into the
phased
screen
out with
and narrate whatever it
Tinder
is that
and
they want to
Bumble
say about
and
what's
all
being
the other ones
watched.
starting to become
This is
popular
just
with
about
younger
making the
people.
yeah, I
experience
really
of
online
watching the
dating
video
became a
there more
thing
social.
like around the turn of the century. People started doing it.
So that's a little bit
And
about
then
groups.
A bunch of websites popped
We've
up.
also started looking
And
at
then those
further
websites
out
just
than
kind
that.
of continued
What are the
to
moments
exist
on the
without really
platform where
changing
people are
themselves
finding a
significantly
friend
in
of
any
a
way.
friend or stranger and having something
at this
important
point,
or
they
meaningful
all
happen? And what can we do to build more tools
just
for that?
seem incredibly
Which is what
outdated
gets us
and
to
archaic.
dating.
Yeah.
So this is Rahman and Priya. Like Mark said, they were one of many couples who's met him and us over the years to tell us the most important thing that ever happened to me on Facebook was meeting my partner. So this is a couple who met and then got engaged, got married, and had kids. So Mark posted a photo of them in 2016.
How?
And the comment thread on
I
it
know,
was
right? Like, are you
overwhelming.
just like
We basically
They're
had
just like
trolling
thousands of
someone's
responses.
pictures on
People who've
People who've
Facebook?
met
You're
on
like,
the platform, sharing their personal
there.
story and photograph.
it's those, you know,
this
it's those
is what
creepy
got the
comments that
gears
you see
turning
people
for
take
us.
pictures on Facebook.
So we
where
should
it's
probably
like,
pay
"Hey,
closer
cutie."
attention
It's like
to how
someone
we could
actually
build a
responded.
service
What?
that helped folks who want
What?
to do this do so in a way that was
and
opt-in,
it's not a cat.
in a way that was safe, a way that took advantage of the
Yep.
unique properties of the
It's
platform
that one in one
and didn't get in the way of everybody
million,
who
you know?
wasn't interested
Maybe
in
it
dating.
was like a.
And so that's what
dating
we've designed.
Group on Facebook. Do they have those?
So this is Jennifer.
That's a good
She's
question.
just moved to Chicago. She's interested in dating. She likes running and college football. So this is her Facebook profile.
interested
She
in
would
dating.
see in the upper
Interests.
right
Dating.
a place she can tap to go to dating home. The first thing she would do here is set up a dating profile. This is just her first name. It is not visible to her friends. It's only visible to folks using the dating service, and it doesn't
The
show up in
nice thing
Newsfeed
about
or anywhere else.
Dating apps, though, is they don't.
Once she's done that,
necessarily get to
she can go
see
browse
your
events and groups.
You can
Well,
kinda keep
right.
This will let her see things in the
distance
city
between.
and groups related to her interests. Once she does that, and we like this, by the way, because it mirrors the way people actually date,
Nice to
which
have
is
that, like,
usually at
built-in
events
buffer.
and in institutions that they're connected
You don't
to.
have to.
So
add
let's
them
say
on
she
your
sees a
Facebook.
group
Or worry
an
about
event
if you're
she
getting
wants
like
to
the
go
right
to,
security,
she can
privacy
go and
features.
unlock the
You know,
event.
it's like
Yeah.
they'll
So
probably be like, oh,
unlocking
well, you
the
can
event
turn
will
that
mean
off,
she
but-
shares her dating
know,
profile with
if
other
there's something
people
you
who
don't
are
like,
going to the
but-
event,
But that means
are
you have to
using the
actually
dating
remember to
service,
go and do that.
and have also unlocked it. Then she can browse people who are there. Say she wants to talk to Jay. She'll start a
if I'm
conversation with a
using
photo
dating
from his
app,
profile.
I don't
This will
want
encourage,
there
we
to
hope, a more
be-
meaningful interaction.
I don't want them to have access
Then
to
if he
all my
wants to
spam
respond,
photos,
they'll
too.
do so in a private messaging inbox connected to the profile. This is text only as a safety measure. And it's not connected to Messenger or WhatsApp because
I'll
folks
just
wanted
it'll
this
take
to be
Facebook
in a
to start
separate space
charging
and not
for
commingled
the,
with the rest of their inbox.
the likes and
So
the
we hope
matches, like,
that this will help more folks meet and hopefully find partners.
I don't know. I don't think Facebook
We're
will
excited to
charge.
share a lot more on this
I
over
think
the
they're
next
still
few
pretty
months.
anti-charging people for
I wonder
things.
if they're just going to completely shut off, other dating APIs.
Okay,
Oh,
on a more serious note,
Yeah,
So, like,
it's
access
like
to
people
their-
people use
Tinder.
Facebook to come together
Just
in
your
a
own
moment
fake
of crisis
pictures.
or during a disaster.
Make your own social network.
We know that 160
So
million
if
people each
Tinder
year are affected
connected
by a
with
natural
Instagram
disaster,
instead of
and Facebook is a
Facebook
place
might
that
be
people go to tell their friends
better.
and family they're okay, and also ask for help and coordinate relief. So that's why we built Safety Check. Safety Check is a tool that lets people do just those things, and we've recently rolled out new functionality so that businesses and NGOs can offer services to people in need, like free rides, food, water, shelter, pet supplies, whatever it is that folks need can be matched by people who want to help. This has been activated over 1,000 times and notified more than 3 billion people that their friends and family are okay. Today we're announcing a new feature here, which is the ability for people to provide first-person accounts on the ground to folks who are in the middle of that place or who want to look in and figure out how they can help. This will help with things like traffic, road blockages, floods, fires, etc. The other area we've seen a lot of really interesting emergent behavior was in India
I do love
around
that
blood
feature on
donations.
Yeah.
Now, India
You can
is
see
one
if
of
your
many
friends are okay.
countries
Yeah.
where there are blood shortages.
without
And
flooding
people
them with
would,
calls.
when a friend needed blood, ask the network of friends and family around them for help. So we thought about and we looked at, we worked with blood banks, clinics locally to figure out how we could help make this more structured and more efficient.
It's actually
So we've built already the ability
peripheral
for
you
folks to
as your
register as a
phone
blood
just-
donor. There are 8 million people registered
Put it on the
Send
put
it
it
in
direct.
India,
you know, put it on the
Pakistan,
bottom of your
and
iPhone.
Bangladesh, making it the largest online blood matching service.
Now I'm gonna start getting
Today we're
Post from the
announcing
Red
a new
Cross and
zone,
RFD,
which is
yeah.
a hub for all of this, so that it's more easy for clinics, blood banks, and donors to find one another, whether it's in a time of need or whether it's during a moment where somebody wants to give blood. This is the kind of thing we're interested in rolling out more broadly as we continue to build functionality into the service. So these are just some of the ways we're looking at helping people finding these interesting moments where they meet somebody or something important happens and we can build a tool to help make it work. And that's really what this conference is all about. Not putting technology to work in the service of people and our relationships with each other. I'm really excited you're all here today for F8. We're here to build things, so let's have an amazing conference. Thanks, everybody.
I like how his character is like perfect.
You're going to hear from Jyoti, Shilpa, and Tamar to talk a little bit about
It's a feature,
Instagram.
not a bug.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Shilpa Sarkar.
I'm Tamara Shapiro.
They're pretty
And I'm
cool.
Jyoti Sood. Instagram is the best place to share, connect, and explore with the people and interests that matter most to you. And we're all super excited to be here today to get to show some of the cool new products that we've been working on. Every day, hundreds of millions of people connect through stories on Instagram. But we're always looking for ways to improve the format, to make it easier to share any moment, even when nothing's going on. Like when I'm bored and I just want to share my favorite song or playlist. Thanks to the Spotify integration Chris talked about, now I can share a sticker of whatever I'm listening to directly to Instagram from my Spotify app. And in addition to being able to easily share from Spotify, as you can see here, now anyone can also share their latest GoPro footage directly to IG as well.
Can we start auto-playing music and people can hear us? Instagram page?
Our team
Oh,
also
yeah, let's
really
do that.
cares about building creative tools that help people uniquely share on Instagram. Whether it's the new focus format that lets you
I
up
wouldn't
your
put it
selfie
past.
game,
I mean, you know,
or
Instagram would do
Boomerang,
something kind
which
of like that.
turns the mundane
Facebook
into
is
something
pretty.
fun.
They're pretty into like autoplay.
Or even
stuff, so-
AR face filters that help people feel more comfortable
Usually sound
sharing
off,
and
you
make
have
their
to tap
friends
it
laugh.
to go sound
Yeah,
But
on.
we've
don't want
just
sound
barely
on
scratched the surface of what's possible
No,
with
no one wants
augmented
sound on
reality.
when they're browsing Instagram.
Last year,
or
Facebook
Facebook
announced the
websites or
ability
anything.
for developers to create their own effects for the camera. And today, we're excited to bring that ability to Instagram as a closed beta.
They could do like a clothing filter. You could just try on outfits from websites.
Here's how it'll be different on Instagram.
I feel like people have been
The
talking about that
effects
for a
our
while.
partners design
Like as an
will only
idea, and I
show
don't see
up
why they couldn't
in
do
the
it.
camera of their followers,
you know,
so that the
the tech we have
effects
now.
I
really
think it's just a
feel
little rough around the
authentic
edges right now.
and genuine
Yeah.
to the user. But non-followers will also have a way to find and use the effects. Let's say teen creator Liza Koshy creates a funny new filter. If I follow Liza, I'll automatically see the filter in my camera. But if I don't follow her, I can also try on the filter from any of my friends' stories who posted with it, or any of the direct messages that they sent using it. This sharing model gives
Mustaches.
third parties
You have a
Flying
good old-
a new
mustaches.
channel to
Yeah.
interact
Always
with
funny.
their followers and reach new ones. And it gives users a set of new creative tools of
We'll call it the
expression
Anthony
and
Davis
interaction
filter.
that can be tied to real-world moments on Instagram. Like being able to dunk on any of your friends during the playoffs or the finals,
I've heard of a lot of
courtesy
people
of the
moving
NBA.
to Instagram.
No
and
matter
Reels,
what the occasion, we're really
Snapchat.
excited to see what you'll do. And one of our top AR developers is actually here today to show us what he's been working on. So let's bring him out.
Yeah, so let's spend all this time.
Jif
creating
Palm
free
has
filters
8
for
million followers on
users.
Instagram
How do they get
and is
paid?
the most followed pet in the app.
Look at it.
Wow. Wow.
Hi, Jif Palm.
That's
Thanks for coming to F8.
that's pretty cute.
Can you show us what you've been
Oh
up
my
to?
Gosh.
That is a very. It's,
Wow,
it's a very
you've been
well-trained-
really, really
How to get
busy.
people to forget about
Can you
piracy?
show us the filter that you've been designing?
Bring on cute dogs.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's like,
Look at that. Now, when you don't have Jif Palm in
like, what are
real
these
life
people
for your
doing?
selfie, you have his filter with all his cuteness in it that he's designed for us. Thanks, Jif Palm. Nice work.
There's Wheel Moy.
We're
Yeah.
really excited to be
So
working with
weird.
partners like Jif Palm to bring more fun and interactive tools into the camera. And we think some of the most
he a partner
interactive
now?
experiences can
Yeah,
actually
actually,
happen
he's
in
got,
real
I wonder
time.
how many
So
endorsements
I'll hand
he
it over to
has.
Shilpa
About
to talk
10%
about
he's
video
waiting
chat.
for his stock to vest, and then
Thanks,
he's out of there.
Jiffy, and thanks, Jif Palm. Real-time video is one of the best ways to share an experience with your friends.
He keeps getting a shot.
That's why a little over a year ago, we launched Instagram Live. Since then, we've seen over 100 million people use live video every day. However, we've heard from our community a desire to use this technology to talk privately with their closest friends. And that's why today I'm really excited to announce Video Chat, a new way to connect on Instagram Direct when you can't be together. This is me in high school. Now, I don't know about you all, but when I was in high school, I would instant message my friends or talk to them on the landline phone. This meant that when my best friend didn't get into her dream school, I couldn't read her facial expression to figure out what kind of support she really needed. And
Whoa,
since
getting
my
in the
brilliant sarcasm
Wayback
is a little
Machine.
difficult to convey over text, most of my jokes fell flat when instant messaging with my crush. Video chat is incredible because it deepens friendships and it prevents things from being lost in textlation. Often, you need a real facial expression or a laugh to really convey an emotion.
Textlation, hashtag.
This is particularly exciting for
And
Instagram
copyright.
because your friends are already on the platform. You don't need to download a separate app or even ask for a phone number if you want to use it. In fact, let me show you how easy it is.
That's presumptive of you. My friends
So here
are
I am
already
in
on the
Instagram.
platform.
First, I'll swipe
Jeez.
over to
How
Direct
do you
because that's
know?
where I already have conversations with my closest friends. Now, let's say it's Saturday and I'm trying to figure out where we should go to brunch. I tap this button to start a video chat, and soon we're all able to hang out together. Now, let's pretend I'm looking for some inspiration for where we should go.
So you don't even need to go out.
Oh
now.
man, those brunch
I
video
tapped this
chats, they're
button.
gonna be getting some use in Portland.
And soon, the video player is minimized. I swipe on over to feed, and at this point, people can still see and hear me, but don't worry, they can't see my screen. Now, once I find somewhere I want to go, I hit share, and then I send it back to the thread
Just
so
in
my
case
friends
you're
can give their
worried.
input. So whether you're one-on-one or in a group, we think video chat will be a powerful and seamless way to connect on Instagram.
Trying to figure out
We're currently testing video chat and look forward to rolling it out soon in the coming weeks. Now I'll hand it over to Tamar to talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
how
not
we're
sure
making
video
it
You don't
chat-
look like
an
you're
even better
convinced. You
place
really
to
need to
discover
sell it to
interests
me.
you love on Instagram.
I feel like the theoretical, like, finding a place to eat is actually, like, one of the most common demos
Thanks,
Yeah.
Shilpa.
that you see
In
on
addition
these.
to
'Cause I remember
discovery,
a
in
couple
addition
years
to
ago when they
sharing,
were talking
people
about the
come to
bots,
Instagram
they're like,
every
we can have
day
bots
to
that'll
discover
help
the
you
world around them
find a place for
and
dinner,
connect with
'cause
the
you'll say,
people and the things
I'm
that they
looking for a
love.
place to eat, and it'll
Skateboarding
automatically
fans
come up in
love
Messenger.
seeing the latest
There's
tricks
some
that
good
are
places
trending.
around you, you know?
Nail art aficionados are looking for
I
fresh
definitely
ways to
had that
express
issue, especially around
themselves.
New Year's,
Nor do
when
I
you're
want
trying to get
people
it
And
together.
slime
to see
enthusiasts
me first thing
all
in the
agree they
morning
find
as we're trying to
slime
figure out
Yeah,
some
oddly
sure.
shit.
You're like
satisfying.
still laying in bed. You're like,
Yeah.
So what do these people have in common? They've found communities on Instagram that share their curiosity, interest, or passion.
I'm uncomfortable with that orange.
But navigating the wide
like a
world of
shower
interest
head
can be
almost.
overwhelming. So we started
not
working to
milk.
help people discover and
Yeah.
connect with the world around
I'm
It's
them.
the slime
I'm not
burger.
okay with this.
No.
We launched the
Yeah,
ability to
that's
follow hashtags
very
back in
wrong.
December.
We didn't need to
And
see this on the
since
keynote.
then, we've
Shut it
seen more
down.
than
Shut it down.
100 million people around the world follow hashtags. And one thing we've learned is just how many different hashtags and interests are out there. I happen to follow hashtag slime, and I make it every weekend with my kids. So how did I become slime obsessed?
I happen
Well, I
to
found
follow
it on the
hashtag
Explore
slime.
page. Explore is
do?
core
That's a
to
sentence
discovery on
someone said.
Instagram.
Oh, okay.
No, she,
Millions
No,
of
I
people
heard
use
her.
Explore to
I
get
just wasn't sure if
inspired
you
and
were,
find
like,
awesome
proclaiming
content.
that you were also
And
a follower of
today,
slime.
we're excited to give you a sneak peek
maybe I will
of the
be,
new Explore.
you know?
Now Explore is
8 million
organized
other
into
people
topic
are.
channels
So
based
really,
on your
can they
personal
be wrong?
interests and tastes. You can easily browse across different topics and dive deeper when you want to see more.
Stop with that video.
Yeah,
You
no
have
more
more
slime, though.
control over the
There
content
are
you're seeing,
8.2
so it's
million
easier to
hashtag
find
slime.
exactly what you're looking for.
Man, we need to get on that for DC.
What is it? This is like people
Explore
pinching
has always
things.
been powered by artificial intelligence. In order to deliver a cutting-edge
pinching
experience,
stuff.
Pinch
we're
the
augmenting
slime.
our AI
it.
with content
There it is, the
classification
orange
I just don't
stuff
like
again.
and
that
curation
one. It's got
signals
big-
from our
It's got
community.
eyes.
Mhm.
Our
it.
goal is to provide an even more personalized
This is the
and
worst.
easy-to-use experience
Stop.
that is
Don't.
tailored just
You're
for
hurting
you.
it.
But as we work to
All
make
right,
it easier
calling
to
it now,
share,
slime's gonna be the
connect,
biggest
and
takeaway
explore
from-
Yeah,
across
slime.
Instagram.
Biggest
Slime
takeaway
is
from
It's
Place Like
equally
That
important
Just
that it
is
remains
that
a safe
8
and
million
supportive
people-
space. That's why last year we
Oh,
launched a comment
Les,
filter
a
that
visual
automatically
twins
hides
here,
offensive
says in our
comments.
Slack chat,
But that was
"Shoot
just
me."
step one. Today, we're taking our comment filtering technology even further by launching a bullying filter that hides language intended to harass or upset people.
How do you make that determination?
This type of language
bullying
is
filter?
complicated to identify.
Yeah, well, I
So we've
don't know.
advanced our
Language
machine
is-
learning systems to make it possible. So much of the Instagram experience is about how
It's
your
very, like, Big
connections
Brother
and
of you.
community can support you.
Yeah.
We're committed to getting this right, and we're excited for
Did they
what's
say
to
how
come.
it's-
I'll now hand it off to
Is it
Mubarak
automatic?
Imam
They're
to
just
talk about
filtering out
WhatsApp.
certain words.
So I wonder if she was planning to have to do this, or was
Good
this
morning.
like yesterday the CEO
It is
was
Yeah.
like,
5 years
I'm
ago,
out, and she's like,
my
Peace.
husband
you want
asked
me to do what?
if I could work anywhere for free, where would I work? My answer was simple: WhatsApp. I'd been using it since March 2009, just 2 weeks after the app launched.
If I could work
I was a
anywhere
huge
for
fan
free,
and
where would I
still
work?
am. And that is because WhatsApp
that mean
helps
that-
us deepen our personal
I don't know. You could
relationships
have an unpaid
with friends and family, no matter the distance.
Or does she have
It
to, like,
fulfills a fundamental human need to communicate.
Just,
It is the
how about
only
just
way
don't work
that
then?
my family, which is split up across 4 continents,
question.
6 different countries, and 8 cities, stays up to date on each other's lives. This is the closest thing that we have to sitting around my grandmother's dining table every night in Lahore, Pakistan.
I really hope they're on time.
For 9 years, we've
'Cause, you
helped
know,
families,
we're at
friends,
11:06
and loved ones
and,
communicate by focusing on
supposed to be going
3
till
core
11:30.
principles: simplicity, reliability, and privacy. So let's talk about simplicity. We prioritize quality over an abundance of new features. And this means that we say no to things that add unnecessary complexity to the app. Second, reliability. WhatsApp has a data-light design that works well on the lowest-end smartphones, no matter where you are in the world. This matters on ordinary days, when you're exchanging messages with your loved ones. But it really matters on exceptional days too, such as after last year's earthquake in Mexico City, when WhatsApp was one of the only messaging services that worked reliably in the first few crucial hours to help find people that were still trapped. Lastly, privacy and security are really in our DNA at WhatsApp. We collect very little information about our users. And since some of your most personal moments are shared on WhatsApp, a few years ago, we built end-to-end encryption by default into our app.
I can't remember.
It means that when you exchange messages with your loved ones or call your friends, nobody, not even WhatsApp, can read your messages or listen to your calls. With 65 billion messages that are sent every single day on WhatsApp, as Mark mentioned, WhatsApp is the world's largest implementation of end-to-end encryption.
Breaches, like confirmed breaches.
We also really believe that your messages should be in your hands. That's why WhatsApp does not store your messages on our servers once we deliver
security
them.
flaws that could allow things to happen.
Our features are also designed with privacy and security in mind. So take, for example, Live Location, which we launched last year. It lets you share your location with whoever you choose privately. Again, this is end-to-end encrypted, which means nobody, not even WhatsApp, knows your location. Imagine how this matters in parts of the world where a woman who might be stuck in the traffic in Karachi after the monsoons, or a university student in Caracas can let their parents know that they've arrived home safely. What is really exciting is that every single day we're working hard on introducing new ways for people to stay connected around the globe. Last year, we launched WhatsApp Status. This is our stories feature, so you can share the fleeting memories that you have throughout your day, whether it's a photo, a GIF, a message, just with any or all of your contacts. And as Mark mentioned, even though it is pretty new, WhatsApp Status is by far the biggest stories product in the world, with over 450 million daily users.
$5 for a soft serve cone.
Pine Street?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty good though. I think the dip ones.
I'm not paying that much for
Voice
soft
and
serve.
video calling have also become immensely popular on WhatsApp, and our engineers work really hard to make sure that you have clear video and voice quality everywhere around the world. And today, people make over 2 billion minutes of voice and video calls every day on WhatsApp.
Okay, WhatsApp.
And now, we're excited to share that group calling
Just say
is
everyone
also
in the
coming to
audience gets a
WhatsApp
dipped
in the coming
cone.
months ahead, where you can get together with friends and family regardless of where you are in the world. And in the next few, thank you. And in the next few months, we're also bringing stickers to WhatsApp, so people can express themselves with even more nuance. And what's exciting about this is that this includes support for third-party sticker packs created by developers like you, so you can help create localized stickers
Like using GIFs.
for people around the world to
Stickers
use.
are okay.
I blame Slack for this, actually.
For GIFs and
Yeah,
Groups are also really an essential part of WhatsApp. And we've recently added a new feature. We've recently added new features that give users even more
it's gotten
control.
to the point where I just try to go entire days in
intended for
Slack
intimate
without actually
conversations
typing
with
anything.
family, friends,
Just
personal
posting
communities,
GIFs.
and organizations. And so today I'd like to share 2 stories with you that illustrate that. For example,
In India, groups are being used to help and support farmers. Farmers sometimes endure really brutal working conditions, and many are in debt because of unpredictable climates. Unfortunately, this drives many farmers to contemplate and potentially attempt suicide. One farmer named Gajnan Patod in Maharashtra had attempted suicide because he saw no way to get out of debt. His story was shared in a WhatsApp group created by a nonprofit called Yuvrashtra that supports distressed farmers and their communities. The group brought together government officials, agriculture experts, and legal advisors, along with farmers for the first time who helped him pay off his debt, repair his irrigation system, and build a well, his lifelong dream. And today, Yuvrashtra has more than 22 such WhatsApp groups with over 2,000 farmers. Universities are also using WhatsApp as a tool for students to communicate from enrollment all the way to graduation. At the Universidade de São Paulo, Professor Paulo Nassar uses a support system on WhatsApp for his students by encouraging them to share information, discuss class assignments, and continue conversations, all in a safe and private environment on WhatsApp. It's not only the people that use our products, but millions of businesses are also using WhatsApp to connect with customers, from clothing companies in Europe to bakeries in Brazil. And now we're bringing 2 products to make these connections even more seamless for you. This year, we launched WhatsApp Business. It's a new Android app for small businesses, which has more than 3 million people using it. And we're also testing another large solution for big businesses. The goal is for businesses to have a presence on WhatsApp for the first time, as well as additional features that make it possible to manage a really large volume of messages. This includes away messages, quick replies, labels, and many other features to come.
Just to give you some point of reference on the
So I want to share 2 stories with you about how businesses are using this. Take, for example, in Madrid, Spain, where Marta Gonzalez turned her passion for ceramics into a business by teaching classes in her studio and selling her own designs. For her business called Marta Ceramica, WhatsApp has become the tool that she relies on every single day to run her business and coordinate her classes, so that she has more time to be creative as an artist and focus on her students. Her favorite feature is voice messages, because she can send personalized greetings and communicate with people even when her hands are messy and dirty in the studio. Another business called SalesStock in Indonesia is piloting our WhatsApp product for larger companies. They're an online clothing company that uses WhatsApp to provide delivery rates and personalized recommendations for customers in the app. And nonprofits are benefiting from this too. I want to share the story of Prikel Foundation, a South African nonprofit that is piloting a program called Mom Connect. It uses WhatsApp to provide new mothers with critical pre- and postnatal care. And what is truly remarkable is that communication between mothers and clinics has gone up by over 3 times since they switched to WhatsApp. This is really the power of WhatsApp. The stories of people, organizations, and businesses around the world that use WhatsApp in ways in which we never imagined really inspire our work every single day at WhatsApp. And from all of us that work on WhatsApp, it is an honor and deep privilege to serve you. And next, here to share with you exciting developments from Messenger, please welcome David Marcus.
Widget that shows up in like the lower right-hand corner of the website soon too. Like
That could be interesting.
A WhatsApp chat widget?
yes, you know, like you go to websites
morning.
that's a service base.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh hey,
I hope you're
so-and-so,
having a
we're here
great
to chat with
F8
you
so
and, like,
far.
help you with anything. Like
Yeah?
if you went to like an MPO and
All
they
right,
actually have
awesome.
WhatsApp because like their primary
We now have
communication
over
platform,
200,000
that could be, like, a little widget that
developers
pops
building
up
for the
Yeah.
Messenger
and
platform.
I could actually see that.
So I want to start by thanking all of you for your understanding as we had to pause improving new experiences on the platform in the last few weeks. 7 years ago, I was sitting in this audience with my startup building for the Facebook platform. So I know how painful and stressful those weeks can feel, and I just wanted you to know
that we're super, super thankful and grateful for your understanding as we went through this process.
I'm kind of digging
news, as
the
Mark shared
Facebook
with you
Messenger
earlier,
shirt.
is that we're now
Actually,
fully
kinda like
open
that.
for business
It's like
again.
Flash.
Yeah, this is
And
like
Ime
I'm a
will share
superhero.
more details about that in his section right after me. In the last year, we've been really, really busy making Messenger better for all of you. Starting
sure
with
if I
groups, we've added
the
AR
Facebook
capabilities
plan
for
being
group
this
video
all
chats.
encompassing.
We've added admin support, join by link, mentions,
Wonder how many
and
years it is before
reactions
they merge
to the main
Messenger and
group
WhatsApp.
products.
Yeah, I do
Games
wonder that.
have
It's-
also
it's-
become
it's,
a lot
you
bigger on
know,
the platform with now over 500
obviously, like,
titles
they don't need to be
built by
different.
200 game developers who are now monetizing those
I mean,
games
just from,
really
like,
well.
a brand
And speaking of
perspective.
monetization and payments,
Interesting.
we've
I've
made
never
a
played
lot of
games on
progress on
Messenger, though. Have
payments
you done
too.
that?
By
No,
launching P2P
no,
payments,
but apparently that's
the
a
same
thing. It's
experience
been a
that you
thing
have
for a
here
while,
in the
I
US,
think.
in France, and in the UK.
No one played Word with Friends.
Messenger
Not
Lite
Messenger,
is now
but
also
yeah.
available to more people in more countries, and now supports video
I
calling, which was
I
the number
can't
one
remember last time
requested
I played a game on
feature
Facebook.
from people
I think it
using
was
the
Mafia
product.
Wars, like circa
And
2007.
talking about the number one requested feature,
Back when, like,
this has been one of mine for a
Farmville.
very,
Farmville
very long
was
time. It seems like a
super
small
hot.
thing, but it's a really
How
big
long until
deal.
we have,
The
Fortnite
ability
on
for
Facebook
you to
Messenger?
now send 4K photos, 360-degree photos, and HD videos super fast to all of your friends. This really makes Messenger one of the best ways to share rich
All
media
built
with
on the
anyone you want.
Piper algorithm.
Now, Messenger Kids has also found more and more product market fit with families all over the country. I use it with my youngest daughter when I'm traveling, and she
Facebook
loves
rolled
all
out,
of the
like,
face filters and
children,
effect,
like,
and I
kid
know that I can be
profiles
in
or
control
something that's, like,
of who she can
doesn't
communicate
have
with at all
easy
times,
access.
which is great.
That would be interesting.
On the
kids
platform
can
side of
communicate with
things,
each other?
we've been continuing to
Yeah,
invest
with
a
that,
ton in the
there
last
would
year,
be
as you
some
all know.
parental oversight.
But one
I
of the
wouldn't be surprised to see them
capabilities
do
that
that
I
either.
really
I
think
mean,
is going to make
I
a
know
big
that, like,
difference
some
is
people
our
would be like,
customer
oh,
chat
that would
plugin.
be weird, but if they're going to do
Our
dating,
customer chat
Yeah.
plugin
You know,
enables
they-
you to
Little
embed Messenger on your own website.
Your kids
And
Interesting.
talk
Nothing-
to your
nothing-
or,
nothing
like,
is
talk to
sacred.
your
Yeah.
customers long after they've left your website,
Yeah.
which is great for both
It'd be
customer
kinda nice. I
service,
mean,
but also for
granted, they're
marketing
supposed to
because you can
be
continue
13 and older
retargeting
to
customers
get on Facebook,
after they've
but
asked you for a
they're not.
question on a product.
Messenger would be.
Last
guess it
year,
would be a-
when
be
I
like
was
a
here,
custom platform.
1 year
Yeah.
after opening the platform, I shared with
Or
you
they
that
don't
we
see
had
certain
over
videos or
100,000 live experiences on the platform. And
Wonder if
this
that's the
year,
next, like,
I'm happy
venture
to
for
update that
smartphones.
number
It's
to
like a
over
dumb smartphone that literally only just
300,000.
has like kids.
They've had
Kids'
those
apps or-
before, but I guess it depends on.
But
the
more
age, 'cause
importantly,
I feel
what
like
we've
kids are
seen
so
is that the
into
engagement
technology now.
of people
get
and
them
businesses
anything
on
but,
Messenger
they're
is
not gonna be
growing
happy.
at a
Well,
really rapid and accelerating
I'm happy
rate.
with my kid not being.
Last year,
as long as,
we
like,
had
they're
2 billion
safe.
messages exchanged between people
Yours
and
is young enough,
businesses
you can get her one of the
every
plastic
month.
ones and she'd probably be
And
okay.
this
Yeah, she
number
still
in
likes
1
ours
year
better,
has
though.
quadrupled to over 8 billion messages every month.
how
This
do you guys send
shows
messages
that
to
the
businesses?
platform
Never.
is
Facebook. I've done it a few
finding
times.
product
We
market
get a
fit,
handful of
has a
inbound
ton of
messages to
momentum,
digital
and is
trends.
driving success for businesses
I've noticed this
over the
that
world.
more and more though. If I go on a business
But
page,
we haven't
the
done this
option to chat
by
with them
ourselves.
also.
We partnered
I've done it a few times,
with
just
awesome
like
developers,
with
solution
restaurants
providers,
or
advertisers,
like
and
breweries,
marketers
if I wanted
all
to
over
see,
the
like,
world.
a space for a
And
group.
it's been amazing to watch
and they
all
actually
of you
usually do get back to
find
me.
product market fit, get success, grow your businesses this year.
Well, I think
So
call
let's
it
hear
is
from a
quicker.
few of you
I
now.
mean, but you don't want to have, you know, if that human
In a
interaction
startup,
really
you have to
frightens
do
you,
everything yourself.
then,
So,
you know,
for
Messenger's
style,
the way to go.
build it.
That's true. I do enjoy.
My name is Dmitry, and my product is Edwin.
Oh, this is what
My name is Bryn Blanks, and I work at Direct Relief.
My name is Jimmy, and my company is Manal.
My name is Afsha Abbas, and my company is called Fuchsia Shoes.
We're still a small business, and to be able to reach as many people as possible, we were going to need a way to scale those interactions. So it was really about what tools can we use, and Messenger was an obvious choice.
We started building Edwin, and Messenger was evolving with us.
During Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, we got a number of messages from individuals who either were affected by the storm or they were there to help with their response efforts.
The more that we can get the bot to take care of the functional stuff, like shipping notifications, the more of those great conversations we can have.
Yeah, I
Instead
know. I was
of
about to say that.
customers waiting
Say,
for
oh,
a
now I
day
want
or two,
ramen.
Our bot will address those questions and help them pick a shoe
Torture.
immediately.
For the first time ever, Messenger
Gotta get a ramen
gives
place
Direct
in here.
the potential to
Couple good
expand
ramen
our work
places.
to a place
Yeah.
that it's never been before.
The open rates of emails are around
Which one's the new
16%, whereas if we send a more personalized
Yeah, I've
message
been there a
through
handful of
Messenger
times.
bots, the
It's really
open
good.
rates
Yeah.
that we are seeing is around 90%.
One of the things we noticed is
This is where
that
we're at
people who come
at this
through
point in the
Messenger
keynote. It
spend
is
20%
11:21.
Messenger
We're
cut
getting near
a
the
lot
end
of
of it.
costs and time and
We have
money
now
for us.
started to think about
and we
lunch
invested all the spare time
and
into the product.
not
and
about
I think that's
businesses
why we are so
messaging
successful
people on
at this point.
Facebook, which
We could message the ramen place and see if they deliver.
that's
Yeah.
there you go.
Through Messenger.
Keeping it on theme.
Awesome success stories. But it's not only about small businesses
Oh, for a
and
second I
startups.
thought he had
It's
the
also your
Messenger
favorite
logo on
brands
his
from all
shoes.
over the world that have invested in
I would
Messenger
actually,
I would-
and have
that would be
found
all in.
great
I'd be pretty
results
impressed
and
if we did.
success.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From Qantas to TD Ameritrade
very nice.
that have
Yeah,
redefined customer
I saw the
service on
little, like,
Messenger
part of the
to
swoosh.
Comcast and T-Mobile who are really engaging their customers in a brand new way. So I want to turn the page now. Enough about the past, let's look to the future. Last year, I was here, and for the very first time, we
Forget
talked
about
about
the
M
databases.
suggestions.
Yeah.
And since then,
Don't we all
we've
just wanna
added
forget
a lot
about
of
the past?
capabilities for M suggestions. It learned new languages, it can suggest more things. But this year, we're really excited to announce M translations. For the very first time, you're going to have the ability to talk to almost anyone you want in the world at an unprecedented scale, even if you don't speak the same language. And this will power connections that weren't possible before in all kinds of different circumstances and definitely make the world a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the most useful tool they've announced so far today.
Yeah.
As far as the platform is concerned,
That would be really cool.
we're continuing to invest,
You
and
don't have
as
to copy and
Mark
paste and it will
highlighted
translate.
before,
Yeah.
we're bringing AR
Oh, hi,
to the
Razor.
Messenger
Hello.
platform.
Get
And
out
what
of
this
here.
means is that you'll be able to build native AR experiences combined with your bot, creating the very first conversational AR experiences.
I hope
And
that
you can
actually
see some
showed
of
up on
the
the live stream so
examples
people know
around
what I'm
me
talking
right now.
about.
This
I
is
don't
going to
think
be
so.
really
It's like
powerful
Razor, what?
because
Not
you'll
the
still have the
Razor,
conversation behind
app
those effects.
popped up in the middle of the live
And
stream.
we've
Matt just
been
likes talking
very
to
lucky
computers.
For
to
user-
work with
you-
amazing
for all of you out
brands
there who
like
own Razor
Nike,
products, you know what I'm talking about.
Asus, Kia, and
Razor
Sephora to
Snap.
build
It's annoying.
those amazing experiences on our platform. I now want to zoom in on the Nike experience because my son is a total sneakerhead, and he converted me into one. So having the ability to announce the first ever shoe drop on Messenger on stage in
Hey,
front of
he's
you
talking
is
about his
awesome in
shoes.
more ways
He's
than you
wearing his
know.
Nikes.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. First, you
Use
go
the-
to the
we covered
Nike
the
Sneakers
Nike
Experience,
Sneakers app.
and
Yeah,
provided you have the right secret
Oh, yeah, I
feature
remember
code,
that,
you
for
can
those of you who are tuning
unlock
in.
a bubble that then loads up the AR effects that Nike has built right into our native camera. The awesome part with this is that now you're in the room you're sitting in, and you have this awesome podium that shows up, and a brand new pair of Kyries just drops in front of you, literally. And you can actually walk to the shoe, get up close and personal with it, take photos and videos, and share them with your friends, ask them for their opinions. And when you're done with it and you close the camera, you're back into the experience.
Why
where you
even
can
buy the
the
shoe at that point?
Mhm.
right
Yeah,
then and
I
there.
mean, you
Right,
just, if you
virtually.
just buy it, it's just gonna get dirty. You know, it's just,
Photos are forever.
yeah.
The awesome part with this is now because you're in a thread in
Thanks,
Messenger,
Keynote. We've teamed
if you're a
up
real
with Second Life
sneakerhead,
to
you can
create a
ask for
Messenger
all the
Second Life
notifications for the
integration.
next shoe drops, and those are really important notifications if you like sneakers. I really can't wait to see what you guys are going to build with this, because I think that creative companies and marketing agencies will have a blast creating those new experiences on our platform.
No one said blockchain yet.
Now,
so.
I really
Oh,
want to thank
that's
all
it.
of you on behalf of the whole Messenger team.
You cursed
Because
us, now it's
obviously,
gonna come up next.
we wouldn't have gotten here without
Well,
all of you.
Facebook, they banned a
In
blockchain
2
stuff,
short
right?
years,
Yeah, you
this
can't post anything
platform
related
went
to,
from
or at least in paid
0
capacity.
Yeah.
to a thriving ecosystem of partners
Censoring.
fueling
No
success
ads.
No ads,
stories
no
from
ads
all
for
over
cryptocurrency.
the world. but it still feels like it's early, and we have so much more work to do together to tap into the
It's
full
just because
potential
the
of the
Winklevoss
platform we've built
twins
together.
have block.
So
have
let me
Bitcoin,
commit
all have
once
Bitcoin,
more to you
and
that
Zuck's
we're
is,
fully
there's
invested
still
in the
rivalry
Messenger
there,
platform,
so-
that we will continue listening to your feedback.
Yeah, that's
we
the real
will
reason.
continue making it better so that you can be more successful on our platform.
Yep, little Zuck you.
We have 6 sessions for you this year, more than ever.
4
please
minutes.
Make sure to check them out. We also have an awesome booth where you'll be able to try these experiences for the first time hands-on, and we'll have surprises for you there. But before I leave this stage, I want to show you what the future of Messenger will look like. Mark showed you a little bit of it. I'll show you a little bit more.
Yes, let's see what the future of Messenger will
So this is something we've been hard at work on from the very beginning of this year, and definitely something we're very excited to announce, but more excited to actually deliver to you
Messenger
very, very soon.
Something they've been
Let's
working
take a
on
look.
for 5 months.
Putting it on the iPhone 10. What's every one of these dev promotional videos?
Dark mode!
Like
Dark
dubstep.
mode! You gotta get people excited, man. Get people. Yeah, Messenger.
All right. What do you guys think?
Well, that was not as exciting as I was hoping.
All right, that's it for me today. Thank you.
They have
and
dark
now I'll
mode.
pass
That's
it
really
on
the
to
only thing
you.
you got out of that. They have
Thanks.
dark mode. And I guess messages can be different colors?
Yep.
I was hoping it'd be like someone coming out with like an AR headset and like messages like popping up like as they go by people.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Oh,
Still got the energy going? All right, all right, all right. Well, my name is Ime Archibong, and for the last 8 years, I've been part of the partnerships organization here at Facebook. And across many of those years, I've got the opportunity to work, just like Mark, many of you out here, and probably have met more developers than I could even count. But the thing that's actually fairly special and unique about it is that I remember a lot of you, and I remember many of your guys' stories. That's mainly because they've been unique, and our journey together has been unique in itself. The very first developer that I had the opportunity to work with when I started at this company was a
We have the
relative
logs.
It's a 30-person European startup with a few thousand users. Now, over our journey and over working with them, there were plenty of ups, there were plenty of downs, but through it all, we remained committed to a couple of different things. One, this idea and this notion that building together was actually the most powerful thing that we could do. And two was this vision that it's a more personalized and social future that we wanted to work towards together. Now, we're on similar journeys with many of you, which is a beautiful thing right now. I just wanted to thank you. I don't think you've heard thank you enough. We'll say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because
What about we're sorry, we're
recent
sorry,
events
we're sorry?
and the ever more urgent
Didn't you hear him in the beginning? He already apologized once.
You get one.
need to protect people's
Does the
data
stream
has
have some
required
problems?
Yeah, it's cutting out for me.
us
Uh-oh.
all to evolve and to
Uh-oh,
change our
guys. Yeah, it's cutting out for me too.
Yep.
products, which we
Look
know
at
can
the
be
angry
disruptive.
faces just rolling in.
And as we
Huh, I wonder what's going on with them. I guess it just ran out of bandwidth, but it kind of doesn't really.
Our stream is still fine, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's gonna cut whenever the real
Well,
stream cuts.
Yeah, but our
stream is
video,
fine. Yeah.
Our version of like this.
Yeah, we're good.
reopen the app review process, we've moved more and more
live
of our
video
APIs
interrupted.
behind
The broadcast has been paused.
that process.
That's what it says on my laptop.
And one of the things
we
that
don't got that on the.
Wonder if the
desktop
original
yet.
F8.com DDoS attack
we're going to be
is
doing
now
is taking a higher level
figured out where their broadcast servers are from the conference.
Surprised it took them this long.
expectations when we look at your applications that you submit to the Facebook platform.
Maybe everyone just got hungry, so they started like mashing F5.
Now,
Sorry about this, people who are
Quickly
turning
wanted
into
to
our Twitch stream.
It's Facebook's fault.
Mentioned that
Totally
our
Facebook's
goal
fault. They don't have enough bandwidth, you know. Stuff
here isn't to be difficult.
Stuffing all the stuff through one little pipe there at the show. The good news is that the interesting part of the show is already over.
It's truly to
so
ensure that
you're not really missing anything, I guess.
And make sure to follow us on Twitch.
The
if you're
extremely
watching
small
the Twitch
percentage
stream.
of bad
That would be
actors
super helpful as we are coming on later this afternoon for DT Plays.
that are out there
at 2
aren't
p.m.
ruling this platform.
Do you know what we're playing, Matt?
No, actually, I don't. We're considering
vast majority of
Stardew
you.
Valley co-op.
Yes.
And we're also considering Frostpunk.
Who
And
are good
Battle for
actors who
Azeroth
are
beta.
doing good
But
With the Stardew Valley.
yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be
and
in
are
the
thriving
Stardew
on our
Valley,
platform
so
right
we
now.
might just go with that one. And also, it's co-op, so that makes it a little bit better for the stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do the marriages work?
Now I know this is going to be hard
Oh, I
to
mean,
work
there's
on
a
both ends of us.
data privacy issue right there. I don't know. That's got some social implications.
But I think that it's truly worth it.
Yeah, I don't know, but we will find out at 2 p.m. So
Everybody in the
level of
Facebook
attention
chat's
and
also
care.
commenting on this, so it's definitely not.
No, I don't.
our end.
Yeah, it's not. It's not on our end. It's just this guy cutting in and out, and
It's
now
going to
I'm
be
like,
important and an important kind
we're
of.
probably falling behind on the
His
live
voice
stream.
is so rich and full; it's taking up all 192
I know.
kilobits
That's
of the audio.
that's probably what it is. He does have a very rich and full
It's going to be an
voice.
important piece of the thing that we're doing moving
Which is too bad because they seem to
forward.
be talking about VR
So again,
right now.
I'll say it again.
Oh, maybe not.
Again, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you for being
I'm
a part.
gonna reload this page, see if we can catch up on the.
I'll say it again.
live stream
Thank
a
you.
bit.
Thank
Yeah.
you for being a partner and ensuring that what we build together is truly
Looks like the answer
not only
is
social,
no.
but it's
We
also
can probably catch up on it, but it doesn't look like we're got any more stable.
safe. Now, on our end,
Still choppy.
one of the things that we're going to commit to
People, programs, places, prizes, products. Do we get prizes for Facebook now?
is
I'm not
ensure
really sure what's going on. I'm
The
interested.
more you interact,
I'm interested in prizes though.
the more credit. A cryptocurrency.
that we're
With
continuing to build
Facebook
value
crypto.
for
Facebook
people,
coin.
You get credit for it.
Face coin.
Face coin.
Face coin.
Yep, there you go.
and that ultimately we're giving
Facebook achievements.
Mm-hmm. Gamifying Facebook.
people transparency and control.
Hmm.
Everybody's chiming in what geo they're in and how it's
over
lagging.
what they're actually sharing
Australia's
with developers
lagging.
and how their data is being used.
California itself
In order to
is
continue-
lagging.
Look,
need to
it's
invest
Hanif
in you
enjoying
guys,
some
continue
Tillamook
working.
cheese.
More important than this keynote right now.
The hunger is spreading.
Ooh, you
With you
caught
guys
it?
moving
You
forward.
caught the hungers.
Yeah, seeing Hanif nibble on that cheese.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about how we're investing in what I call the 5 Ps.
The 5 Ps, yeah.
That's what we caught, the 5 Ps.
Called the 5 Ps.
Programs, people,
2. Out of order.
places, prizes,
Places, prizes.
Oh, so we're not
products.
actually losing anything. It's not jumping. It's literally
No, it's
just
not
like,
jumping.
It's all lagging now.
or
Which is
Peter
a little
Piper
weird.
picked up. No, just play.
Oh. Pied Piper joke.
Where?
So let's
I missed it.
He just said Peter Piper.
Oh.
start with people.
Picked it.
First,
it.
we're
See,
going to
my
invest.
The stream I'm listening to right now is not the same. So I'm a
in our
little
global
behind,
footprint
I
of
think.
partnerships teams and operations teams that get the opportunity to work with you.
But we know
well,
that
guys,
as we evolve this platform,
maybe we
I
just.
think it might be time to call it.
Yep, call it.
and things change, that
and
this
move
is not
on.
enough.
So why don't we just pause the stream? Key takeaways from this, really, Matt, is that Facebook really isn't. They're trying to do a few things to protect your data, but they're really just going to keep building out the platform to use your data more.
Of course. I mean, you heard Zuckerberg. He said, "Let's build. We're gonna build more. We're gonna build." And yeah, I mean, really, not an apology tour. We got Facebook dating. I mean, the Facebook dating thing was big. What was the other big thing that was the feature? A new feature.
The video,
was
like video chat.
The clear history feature.
The clear history actually was pretty interesting.
So we got Facebook. They're gonna let you clear your Facebook history. They're gonna let you date on Facebook.
Yep.
Which is a
Killingmatch.com and Tinder.
You can recreate your house or other strangers' homes.
Yes, you can recreate people's houses using AR technology.
Everybody at the conference got an Oculus Go.
Yeah, and the Oculus Go is shipping today, $200. If you can go find one still available.
We'll get one in for a review here soon too, I'm assuming.
That's an assumption.
Well, we got one from Christian has one that he should send to us.
That's true. That's true. I'm not expecting it to be good, but whatever.
The text translator was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
useful tool.
Message can
First one.
translate text for you, back and forth, and I don't know. You can four-way chat on Instagram. So finally, your brunch issues are solved.
Yep.
Think of the past.
Well, cool.
And we're brunch problems.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're just gonna call it because the stream is now broken, and I think we're to the boring part. So DT gameplay is going to be the next thing on the stream at 2 p.m. Pacific. We'll probably be playing Stardew Valley co-op. So come on back.
And for following the rest of F8, go to digitaltrends.com, and we'll have a wrap up of this keynote as well as other events and kind of breakouts that are happening at the conference from our on-the-ground reporter Christian DeLooper, as well as the team here that'll be streaming some of the kind of those breakout sessions to follow up and what technology is relevant to you.
All right, I'm hitting the big red button.
All right, we're stopping.
Goodbye.